What's happening, everybody? My name is Takima Bowers, and I play the role of Veronica Whitfield in the stage play When My Life Changed, and you're tuned in with Talk with Terrence.
In what age did you fall in love with theater arts?
Age would I say I fell in love with acting? I would have to say ever since I can remember, ever since I was a little girl growing up in church.
Okay.
I would have to say elementary school. Yeah.
Anyone in theater arts have been in many projects, but what I want to know is, what was your first stage play you were in, and how was that experience?
First stage play I would say was in high school. I was in 11th grade. It was A Midnight Summer Dream with William Shakespeare. It was a really great experience, and I definitely fell in love even the more with being on stage and being in the whole entertainment industry. And it kind of like, it gave me a different outlook on stage plays, because Shakespeare he has some difficult pieces, so when you read it, so you have to know how to interpret it and really embody character.
I know sometimes being the main character can also come with more lines in a stage play. What strategy do you have to remember your lines?
Back then, it was a lot easier for me to remember the lines because I was a younger version of myself. So I could just read and just memorize my lines. What I do now today is I record myself and then I play back my lines. So that kind of helps me get the words in my head. And it's not so much focusing on the lines, really. I've learned also is really learning about what's going on in this particular scene. So if I know exactly what's going on in this particular scene, I've read the play, then I kind of know what to say.
Okay. What gave you that drive to continue down this path of being an actress?
What gave me the drive was really my mother and my sister, my family. They really pushed me, you know, they push me. They let me know, okay, if this is what you want to do, go for it. You know, don't let anything stop you. Dream, this is your passion. You know, they give me the extra push.
Whoopi Goldberg was who I actually wanted to start being in theater arts. Yes. Good. Sister Act 2.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. When I was younger, I used to mom would be in the kitchen, I'd be on the couch, have boxes on my head, and I'd be on the couch going back and forth at the beginning of the movie when she was singing back and forth.
See you now, that is so funny.
How did you and Vanessa even got together, or even like, you know, got in contact?
That's funny that you asked, because I actually met Vanessa through Demi, and Demi is actually in the play. She plays the role of Tasha.
Your best friend.
Yes, my best friend. So Demi hits me up. She says, girl, they casted for this play, and I think that you'll be a good fit for the role that she's casting for. So I'm gonna shoot you her email, and you can go ahead and send her your information, let her know that you're applying for the role of Veronica. So I shot Vanessa an email immediately after getting it from Demi, and I sent her my headshot, I sent her my resume, and I believe I also sent her my reel as well. And then she replied back. She said, I love you. She's like, you are my Veronica. She was like, you are my Veronica. You're exactly what I'm looking for. So then she asked me, she was like, well, can you sing? And I'm like, not really. I mean, I can carry a note, but don't expect me to get up there and be blowing like Aretha Franklin or none of them, because that's not gonna happen. So she said, she's like, no, it's fine. She was like, I wanted her to be able to, you know, sing on stage because it's a musical, but it's cool. You don't have to worry about doing none of that. We have other singers in the play. And you know, we talked, and she asked me if I would accept the role, and after reading the script, I'm like, most definitely.
In the stage play, you play Veronica, the wife of Jason Whitfield. In a brief sentence, tell me, like, what did she went through in part 1? I know she went through a lot with the family and even with him personally.
I I play the role of Veronica. She is the wife of Jason Whitfield. She goes through a lot. She goes through a lot in part one. She discovers that her husband has been living a double life this whole time. And when she discovers this, she becomes very angry. She becomes very bitter. Because Jason stresses her out.
Yeah.
So if you've ever been in a relationship with you've given your all, this person you trust, you've known pretty much your whole life, you've been married to for 7 years, and when you find out that this person steps out on you, it stresses you out, and it does something to you mentally.
Right.
So she goes through a lot mentally after finding out about this double life, the infidelities, and all the other stuff that goes on in part one.
But she even had a child.
Yes,
right?
She does have a child, exactly. In part one, she discovers that she's going to have a baby.
How do you go from Tamika Bowles into Veronica? How do you put yourself in that character's shoes?
Well, I definitely have to step outside of my comfort zone, outside of myself, because I'm a very introverted person, very laid back person. So pretty much how I get into character, I take a moment and I meditate. I meditate for a few minutes and I just think about my past relationships and what men have put me through. And I'm able to step into those shoes because I've actually gone through, everybody has gone through someone who have betrayed them, who they can no longer trust, who's stressed them out in a relationship. Yeah, so I put myself in that mode and I take the time out and meditate on that, and that's how I transition.
How can someone relate to Veronica's life?
How can they put themselves in my shoes? Well, Veronica goes through a lot of emotions. She goes through a lot of mental issues, really. She almost loses her mind. So when the audience looks at Veronica, they see her as a woman who is pretty much struggling to hold herself together, struggling to keep her marriage together, struggling with people in her ear saying you should do this, you should do that. Yeah, you have friends in your ear, you may have your aunt in your ear or your sister in your ear telling you to do this, do that, and it's hard to block out all those voices.
Just not trying to understand what to do, how to do it.
Yes.
You just trying to take any type of advice, but you just don't know
what to do.
What message you want the audience to take from watching the stage play?
Yes, the message that I would like to relay, everyone goes through trials, everyone goes through tribulations, everyone goes through things, and as long as you have a relationship with God and you lean on Him, He'll be there to guide you. He'll be there to pick you up. You know, when you thought that you was going to end up in a mental institution, He didn't allow that to happen. So God is your strength, and if you lean on Him, He can get you through anything.
Well, can you tell me any hints in part two?
Let's see. You get to see healing in part two. So I'll leave it at that way. Veronica does heal in part two.
Okay.
You can reach out to me on Facebook at Takima Bowers. You can send me a message. My Cash App is $Kima9030. You can Cash App me. You can also reach me on Instagram at _the_leading_lady. Hit me up, you guys. Tickets are just $20 for general admission. If you wish to have VIP status, of course you can. Those tickets are $45, so hit me up.
All right. Nice chatting with you today, man.
You too. Thanks for having me, Terrence.